Collectors are paying thousands, even millions, for the right Lincoln penny, and yours could be next. Most people walk past these pennies every day without realizing that certain old and modern Lincoln cents can be worth a fortune because of their rare dates, mint errors, and hidden varieties. Find a Lincoln penny, check it carefully, and never clean or polish it. The next penny you discover could change everything. Like and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. The first coin in today's video is the 1996 US Lincoln 1-cent error penny, a modern collectible that has captured the attention of coin enthusiasts across the country. While millions of these pennies were produced for everyday circulation, a very small number left the mint with unusual production errors. Those rare mistakes have transformed ordinary 1-cent coins into highly sought-after collectibles, with exceptional examples reaching values between $33,300 and $88,450. Depending on the type of error, rarity, and overall condition. When the 1996 Lincoln cent was released, few people imagined it would one day become a valuable collector's item. Pennies from this year circulated through grocery stores, gas stations, banks, vending machines, and cash registers all across the United States. Most were spent countless times and eventually forgotten inside jars, drawers, or old piggy banks. Yet hidden among the billions of ordinary coins were a handful of genuine mint errors that continue to excite collectors decades later. The Lincoln cent has remained one of America's most recognizable coins since its introduction in 1909. It was created to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln and became the first regular circulating U.S. coin to feature the portrait of an actual historical figure instead of the symbolic image of liberty. The obverse of the 1996 penny displays Lincoln's familiar portrait facing to the right. Above his head appears the inscription, "In God We Trust," while liberty is positioned to the left. The date 1996 appears to the right of Lincoln's portrait. If the coin was struck at Philadelphia, it carries no mint mark, while Denver-produced examples display a small D beneath the date. Both mints produced billions of pennies during the year, making error examples especially difficult to find. The reverse features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, a design that remained on the penny from 1959 until 2008. Surrounding the memorial are the inscriptions United States of America, 1 cent, and E pluribus unum. This classic design became one of the longest-running reverse designs in American coinage and remains instantly recognizable to collectors around the world. A standard 1996 Lincoln cent weighs approximately 2.50 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and is made from a zinc core coated with a thin layer of copper. Since 1982, this copper-plated zinc composition has been used to reduce production costs while preserving the penny's traditional appearance. Collectors often check a coin's weight because unusual measurements can sometimes point toward a valuable mint error. Every penny begins as a smooth circular blank known as a planchet. These blanks are carefully manufactured according to strict specifications before entering high-speed coining presses. Inside the press, engraved steel dies strike each planchet with tremendous force, transferring the complete design onto both sides in a fraction of a second. Although the United States Mint operates with remarkable precision, occasional equipment malfunctions or production mistakes can still occur. When those errors escape inspection, they create some of the most fascinating coins in modern numismatics. One of the most recognizable errors is the off-center strike. This occurs when the planchet is not perfectly aligned between the dies before being struck. Instead of receiving the full design, only part of the image is transferred while a blank crescent-shaped area remains visible. Collectors especially value examples where the date is still visible because the coin can easily be identified while displaying a dramatic mint error. Another highly collectible variety is the doubled die error. Unlike striking mistakes, this variety begins during the production of the die itself. If the die receives a slightly misaligned impression, portions of the lettering, numbers, or Lincoln's portrait appear doubled on every coin struck from that die. Collectors carefully examine liberty, the date, and other fine details under magnification for signs of clear doubling. Strong doubled die examples remain among the most desirable Lincoln cent varieties. Another fascinating category is the die crack. Steel dies strike thousands of planchets every day under tremendous pressure. Eventually, tiny fractures may begin developing inside the hardened steel. When metal flows into these cracks during striking, raised lines appear on the finished coin. Some die cracks are small and difficult to notice, while others extend dramatically across Lincoln's portrait or the Lincoln Memorial. Collectors appreciate these varieties because they reveal the enormous stress experienced by minting equipment. Grease strike errors are also found on some 1996 pennies. Grease, oil, or debris can collect inside recessed portions of the die. When this happens, parts of the design fail to transfer completely. Letters may appear weak, portions of the date may seem incomplete, or sections of Lincoln's portrait may look faded. These unusual characteristics are especially attractive to collectors who specialize in authentic mint-made errors. Another exciting discovery is the clipped planchet error. Before striking occurs, circular planchets are punched from large metal sheets. If the punching machine overlaps a previous cut, part of the blank may already be missing before entering the coining press. The finished penny displays a curved section missing from its edge while the design naturally follows the altered shape of the blank. These distinctive errors are easy to recognize and remain popular among collectors. Broad strike errors are equally fascinating. Normally, a retaining collar surrounds the planchet during striking to create the raised rim. If the collar fails or is absent, the metal spreads outward beyond its intended dimensions. The finished coin appears wider than normal and usually lacks a properly formed rim. Because broad strike errors dramatically change the coin's appearance, they remain highly collectible. Among the rarest discoveries are wrong planchet errors. These occur when the Lincoln cent design is accidentally struck onto a blank intended for another denomination. The resulting coin may display an unusual weight, different diameter, unexpected thickness, or even a different color. Since multiple production mistakes must occur simultaneously, wrong planchet errors are exceptionally scarce and often command remarkable premiums. Another fascinating variety is the die clash error. This occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them. The impact transfers faint portions of one die's design onto the opposite die. Later coins struck by those dies may display unexpected design elements in unusual locations. Collectors value these pieces because they offer a rare glimpse into what happened inside the mint during production. Condition is one of the biggest factors influencing value. Most 1996 Lincoln cents circulated for years, accumulating scratches, contact marks, dull surfaces, and worn details. However, coins that retain bright original mint luster, crisp design details, and little or no wear are significantly more desirable. When exceptional preservation is combined with a rare mint error, values can increase dramatically. Professional grading services authenticate these coins to verify that the unusual characteristics resulted from the minting process rather than post-mint damage. Experts carefully inspect every detail under magnification, identify the specific variety, and assign a numerical grade based on preservation. Certified examples generally command stronger prices because collectors trust professional authentication. Over the years, certain 1996 Lincoln 1-cent error pennies have attracted impressive attention in the collector market. Depending on the rarity of the error, collector demand, and overall condition, examples have sold for amounts ranging between $33,300 and $88,450. Although it may seem incredible that a single penny could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, collectors are paying for rarity, historical significance, outstanding preservation, and a genuine minting mistake that escaped quality control before entering circulation. The 1996 Lincoln cent is a reminder that valuable discoveries are not always found in expensive collections or museum displays. Sometimes, the next great treasure is hiding inside a forgotten coin jar, an old roll of pennies, or even the loose change sitting quietly in your pocket. Imagine pulling a single penny from your pocket and discovering it could be worth more than $73,000. It may sound impossible, but a few rare 2015 Lincoln cent error coins have become remarkable collector's treasures because of unusual minting mistakes that slipped past quality control. The second coin in this video is the 2015 US Lincoln 1-cent error penny, a modern collectible that has reached values between $18,440 and $73,560, depending on the type of mint error, rarity, and overall condition. When the 2015 Lincoln cent entered circulation, it looked just like millions of other pennies produced that year. People received them as change at grocery stores, gas stations, restaurants, and banks, often without giving them a second glance. Since pennies are the lowest denomination in American currency, they are usually overlooked. However, hidden among the billions of ordinary coins were a few extraordinary examples struck with genuine mint errors, making them highly desirable among collectors today. The coin was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small d mint mark beneath the date. The Denver facility produces billions of coins each year using advanced minting technology. Even with modern equipment and strict quality control procedures, occasional mechanical failures can still occur, allowing rare error coins to enter circulation. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above his portrait appears the inscription, "In God We Trust," while Liberty is located to the left. The date 2015 appears on the right side, followed by the small d mint mark, confirming that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. The reverse displays the Union Shield, a design introduced in 2010. The shield represents the strength and unity of the United States, with 13 vertical stripes symbolizing the original colonies joined together under one federal government. Across the top of the shield appears a banner carrying the inscription E Pluribus Unum. Surrounding the design are the words United States of America and 1 cent. This modern reverse has become one of the defining designs of today's Lincoln Cent series. A standard 2015 D Lincoln Cent weighs approximately 2.50 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and is made from a zinc core coated with a thin layer of copper. Because the coin follows strict mint specifications, collectors often weigh suspicious examples. Even a slight difference in weight can indicate a valuable production error or an incorrect planchet. Every penny begins its life as a smooth circular metal blank called a planchet. These planchets are carefully manufactured before entering automated coining presses capable of producing hundreds of coins every minute. Inside the press, engraved steel dies strike each blank under enormous pressure, permanently transferring every detail of the design onto both sides of the coin. Although the minting process is highly sophisticated, no manufacturing system is completely perfect. Small mechanical problems can occasionally create coins that are very different from what the mint intended. One of the most dramatic mint errors is the off-center strike. This happens when the planchet is not perfectly positioned between the dies during striking. Instead of receiving the complete design, only part of the image appears while a blank crescent-shaped area remains along the edge. Collectors especially value examples where the date and mint mark remain visible because the coin can still be identified while displaying a dramatic error. Another highly collectible variety is the doubled die error. Unlike many striking mistakes, this error begins during the creation of the die itself. If the die receives a slightly misaligned impression during manufacturing, portions of the lettering, numbers, or Lincoln's portrait appear doubled on every coin struck from that die. Collectors carefully inspect Liberty, the date, the mint mark, and the lettering on the reverse under magnification for clear signs of doubling. Strong doubled die examples continue to attract significant interest among Lincoln Cent specialists. Another fascinating category is the die crack. Steel dies experience tremendous pressure while striking thousands of coins every day. Eventually, tiny fractures may begin forming inside the hardened steel. As metal flows into these cracks during striking, raised lines appear on the finished coin. Some die cracks are barely noticeable, while others stretch dramatically across Lincoln's portrait or through the Union Shield on the reverse. Collectors enjoy these varieties because they reveal the tremendous stress placed on minting equipment. Grease strike errors are another popular category. Grease, oil, or debris can collect inside recessed portions of a die. When this occurs, certain parts of the design fail to transfer completely onto the coin. Letters may appear weak, portions of the date may seem incomplete, or parts of the Union Shield may look faded. These unusual characteristics are especially attractive to collectors because they clearly originated during the minting process. Another interesting variety is the clipped planchet error. Before striking occurs, circular blanks are punched from large sheets of metal. If the punching machine overlaps a previous cut, part of the blank may already be missing before entering the coining press. The finished penny displays a curved section missing from its edge while the design naturally follows the altered shape. These distinctive errors are immediately recognizable and remain favorites among collectors. Broad strike errors are equally fascinating. Normally, a retaining collar surrounds the planchet during striking and creates the raised rim. If the collar fails or is absent, the metal spreads beyond its intended dimensions. The finished penny appears wider than normal and often lacks a properly formed rim. Because broad strike errors noticeably change the coin's appearance, they remain highly collectible. Among the rarest discoveries are wrong planchet errors. These occur when the Lincoln cent design is accidentally struck onto a blank intended for another denomination. The resulting coin may display a different weight, unusual thickness, altered diameter, or even a different color. Since several production mistakes must occur simultaneously, wrong planchet errors are exceptionally scarce and can command remarkable premiums. Another fascinating production mistake is the die clash error. This occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet position between them. The impact transfers faint portions of one die's design onto the opposite die. Future coins struck by those dies may display unexpected design details in unusual locations. Collectors value these varieties because they provide a unique glimpse into the minting process. Condition is equally important when determining value. Most 2015 D pennies entered circulation immediately and accumulated scratches, contact marks, dull surfaces, and signs of wear. However, coins that retain brilliant original mint luster, sharp design details, and little or no circulation wear are considerably more desirable. When exceptional preservation is combined with a rare mint error, values can increase dramatically. Professional grading services authenticate these coins and confirm that the unusual characteristics resulted from the minting process rather than post-mint damage. Experts carefully examine every detail under magnification, identify the specific variety, and assign a numerical grade based on preservation. Certified examples often command stronger prices because collectors trust professional authentication. Over the years, certain 2015 D Lincoln cent error coins have achieved impressive prices in the collector market. Depending on the rarity of the error, collector demand, eye appeal, and overall condition, examples have sold for amounts ranging between $18,440 and $73,560. While it may seem unbelievable that a modern 1-cent coin could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, collectors are paying for rarity, exceptional preservation, and genuine minting mistakes that escaped inspection before entering circulation. The 2015 D Lincoln cent reminds us that valuable discoveries are not limited to old coins. Even a modern penny found in everyday change, tucked inside a forgotten coin jar, or hidden in a bankroll could become an extraordinary collectible worth far more than its face value.